Hello, and let's do this thing. I've actually been bouncing around a little bit on times, trying to figure out where is a good time for me to do this. And I think 8 o'clock is going to wind up being that time. So throughout June, I'm going to try to be more consistent with the time and just have it be 8 o'clock every evening, CST, do this quick thing. Sometimes I might be at a banquet like the StokerCon thing where I stream from the banquet, but oftentimes at 8 o'clock, I am just home. But let's get into this because these have been running a little bit long. And part of the reason why I thought I could do this is it's really good training for me to get used to being on camera and all of that stuff, being on camera, I guess, figuring out what lipstick to wear, what eye makeup looks good. These are important decisions, apparently. And also just to get really practice with this. So if I have the need to do like a really fast little vlog show type thing, I can like that. And I did recently. I had a misunderstanding with somebody. I thought they were interviewing me. They thought I was interviewing them. So we're both kind of waiting around for one of us to send us the information for this interview. We reached out, connected, realized what was going on, and I set that whole interview up in, I think, maybe 10 minutes, complete with the thumbnail and the whole thing. So that's the way I'm doing this. But I also really like having you here. And today, to make it faster, Bree, thank you. I have dogs. Today, to make it faster, let's just get into this. I found out last night it is my first book birthday. The first book I ever wrote, which was End of Mae. And so I have a copy here, very kind of beat up copy. I've got a couple copies. I actually have 4 copies. But these 2 I can't let go of. And they're a little bit special. So End of Mae was originally called The Silver Jinx. And I was going to publish it as Angela North, as you can see. But I didn't. I went with End of Mae. Anyways, little history. So the Silver Jinx is a word. Silver Jinx is a word that I want to get introduced to the dictionary. And it, in my mind, I've made up this word. It means a jinx, something that is unlucky, that winds up being really good. Like basically seeing the silver, every cloud has a silver lining, except for we're focusing on the cloud as the thing that is going to be beneficial. And I just like the word jinx. The reason why silver jinx even came up to me as a word was because a long, long time ago when I was dating my husband, my now husband, we were dating. He was in Australia and I was here, and we had met in a game, Lord of the Rings Online. And to have a little more flexibility of relationship, I guess, we moved over to Second Life. And in Second Life, it's a metaverse. This was like 11 or 12 years ago, and it was old when we came in there. So, this is not a new thing. But anyways, when we went in there, his name was Silverfall, and my name was Jinx, our last names. Because you could randomly pick a last name. My name was Dandelion. I always went by Dandelion in games, and his was Absolute. So he was Absolute Silverfall and Dandelion Jinx. And so we combined our 2 last names to be Silver Jinx. And we actually started a clothing shop, a virtual clothing shop. It made a good little bit of money from that. That's how I supported myself when I went to Australia to get married to this man. So that's where Silver Jinx came from. And originally this story was going to be called The Silver Jinx. Something bad, which was basically death, turns into something good, which is basically being immortal kind of thing. So this was the very first one. You can see how it's so funny how much it's changed. I apologize too, because I actually do not have a copy of the latest version of End of Mae. But yeah, I got really fancy there. Oh, that was this little symbol. I forgot about that. That was the emblem that, you can barely see that. See if it'll focus here. That was the emblem that my husband, Ryan, made in Second Life. And that was the amulet that we gave away with all our clothes. And we had a vampire clan. So that was also the symbol of the vampire clan that we ran. Wow, memories. So anyways, Silver Jinx. And then for some reason, I decided I actually hadn't named the character. I had no title. Really not a big title person. I know some people really get into thinking of what their title is. But at some point, I decided to call it End of Mae. And then I think I was finishing it up. I really want to say this book is 11 years old now since I published it. Really feel like I published this in 2011, but on Amazon it said 2012. But anyway, so that's up to debate. I think when I did a second, because I cleaned it up, put a new cover on it and stuff like that at one time, and I think that changed the date, but I'm pretty sure. But anyways, over a decade. This is over a decade now. But anyways, when I was doing this, it was May 2011 or 12. And somebody said, oh, that's awesome that you're, and I was getting ready to release it. And they said, oh, that's awesome that you're releasing it in May because it's End of May. Whoops, May. And then all of a sudden I thought, oh my God, I have to release it on May 31st because that's the end of May. So I did. Like you can tell it's changed a little bit. And there's this little butterfly. And that quote, death is another life, is actually the epitaph on this tombstone, which is in Florida somewhere. And I do not remember exactly where, but I got pulled along on a rainbow gathering trip. And anyways, I'm not a very rainbowy person. And so I went and I hid in the graveyard for a while just so I could so much rainbow. I need maybe a grave, a bunch of graves around me. But anyway, so I went to the graveyard and slept on that tombstone, took a nap. And it was very nice. And that photo wound up being the cover. You can see it's changed a little bit from the Silver Jinx. And I had this butterfly, death butterfly theme going on. But yeah. And then, oh, I'm sorry. This is actually the third version. And kind of the final version before I changed the cover and everything. This was the second version. And so talking about things you shouldn't do when you self-publish. When I was doing the thing, it said, that they suggested a nice clean font like Garamond, which is what I almost always use, which is like what J.K. Rowling used for Harry Potter. So that's good. Or Times New Roman is another good one. And do 12 font. Don't go lighter. Don't go smaller. Don't go bigger. And I looked at the size 12 font on my computer. I was like, this was like way too small. So I decided it should be 16. I think I made this. Well, this is officially a large print book. This is terrible. Oh, look, I even signed it. But yeah, this is a large print book. So I'll compare things not to do with publishing. Look at the size of the text. Whoops. Yeah, that's so horrible. And you can even see in the spines the difference between the spines. My goodness. So yeah. And then I don't have a copy of the new book, the new way that it looks. So I'm going to order one of those, and it'll be here ASAP. But tomorrow, End of May, is going to be free on Kindle for the next 5 days, June 1st to June 5th. And I would have done it today on the actual book birthday. I would have started that, except I didn't remember it was the actual book birthday until last night. So, and at some point, I'm gathering up all of these copies, the original cover copies. I have maybe 6 of these hanging around somewhere. And I'm going to do something with them. I know I'm going to do a giveaway for at least one and do a little book package of this and a couple of other things. And I might auction them off or something to pay for all these dang trips I've been doing, or something. Who knows? But yes, I do have, I think, 6 of these babies running around. This is my first book. 11, or 10 years ago. Just one final note on that. I remember after I hit publish, and I think I had the book in my hand, and I did the whole, like, this was my first book. I'd been printed a bunch in newspapers and stuff, but this is a book. This is special. And I held it in my hands, and I took a walk. And I remember thinking, well, and I knew this was not true, but I remember thinking, will people see me differently now? Like, will I somehow look different because I realized this life dream of publishing a book? And they didn't. But it's okay because I published it. I was happy. I was proud. But yeah, and it did actually change my life quite a lot, I'll say, by publishing that. Like, there's A.F. Stewart. This is how long A.F. Stewart and I have known each other. There's this is actually my first author blurb. Very intriguing, fabulously dark, and thrilling. Anita, you're so kind. And I love Anita or A.F. Stewart's work as well. Yeah, so many memories. Woo! So it's flooding me. It's been like a long, wonderful trip. But if you go over to the link in the description, tomorrow you will find End of Mae for free on Kindle. It is my first book. It's not fabulous, but I am shocked that it has, I think, 32 reviews, and the lowest is 3 stars. I remember that one. She gave it 3 stars because at one point May says, you make money as a nonfiction writer, but you don't make money as a fiction writer. And this lady got so mad about that statement. This is a character statement, by the way. She got so mad at that statement, she docked me stars. So we could have a whole blog about that and how not to review. But I'll take that. My lowest review is 3 stars. And yeah, people have been really kind to that book because I look at it and I just see a whole lot of flaws. But that's kind of the state, I think, of being a creative, is we look at our own work and I think we just see the flaws. Like yesterday when I was showing off the tentacle pot and I was so thrilled, I'm already looking at it now and thinking what I'm going to do differently for the next one. But that's kind of good too, isn't it? Because it keeps us producing and keeps driving us forward. So that's about it from me. 12 minutes is about the good time that I would like to keep these vlogs because I know you're busy and I'm a little busy. I have to go to Wisconsin tomorrow, so I will be packing and before I go to Wisconsin, I have to schedule 20 blog posts and schedule my own. That's for something else, and then schedule my own posts and then do a bunch of other running around and pack. So I'm going to be busy doing that today. I will see you the next post from here. It will be from Wisconsin, and I will be later because I'm going to be getting off a plane at 9. So I don't know when I will get to this, but I'm probably going to schedule it for like 10 or 11 maybe, just to make sure that I can not be late. And tonight I'm going to be doing SpoFest, which I will share the link in the chat and I will let you know how that is. Here you go. This is going in the chat right now. But yes, SpoFest is like an open mic, and they also have a spontaneous, I can't think of the word right now what that is, but impromptu where they give you the prompt and you have to make up a story on the spot. So I'm kind of really excited to try this, but that is tonight, 6 to 8 p.m. CST. And if you want to go attend that with me or something, just let me know. Like, send me a PM or something. I'm going to be running around, probably not on the computer that much after I get these posts all posted. But then I will be on the computer. Send me a message. I will send you the link to that. And that is 6 o'clock. But yeah, other than that, I will see you tomorrow late from Wisconsin. I'll fill you in on how SpoFest went and if I totally bombed or not. And this week, I will be coming at you from Wisconsin, from the Writers Police Academy. And I will explain more of what that is and how I got involved with it in a later vlog. And I'm also now embedding all these in my blog, AngelaYSmith.com. I'm sorry, AngelaYurikoSmith.com or AngelaYSmith.com. So but that's it. I think I just heard somebody come home, which means a ton of dogs are going to go off. That is a good cue for me to exit. Bye-bye. I will see you tomorrow.